That trumpet.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Next Man Up podcast. This is the 68th episode, coming at y'all right after the wild card rounds. Before we get into it, I'm with my boys Latif and Max. How y'all feeling today, man?
Feeling good, bro. Class start tomorrow. We back in school, back at it.
Nope,
I'm
wait.
happy.
Class don't start for me, buddy.
Oh
Class
well,
does
not
not start
tomorrow.
for
I
me.
lied. I lied. Class for me start Wednesday. But I am happy to get a little bit structure back in our lives. So for me personally, ready to lock in on this next semester. Getting closer to graduating every single semester. So that's why I'm ready to lock in. It was an exciting wild card weekend. A lot of narratives about to be pushed. NFL playoffs is just like so much more important than NBA playoffs because it's one game scenarios, stuff like that. So your legacy is really like you don't get that that much of a chance, and you know how fast like your placement in the top 10 or your placement in the league can change based on a playoff win. It's like insane. So I'm ready to talk playoff
I,
football.
I feel like it's not like you don't get that many chances. You just don't get that many chances to mess up. Like you get one shot to win the game. Like
Yeah, that's
uh,
that's
you
yeah,
know,
that's why it's
Yeah,
more.
that's kind of that's
I
kind
thought
of
you
the
were
same.
sorry. I thought you were saying like one shot to like play your best, and I'm just thinking like the flip side is like you have to be perfect like in this entire
Yeah,
game. So
but it holds more weight than like NBA playoffs, kinda, because like you only get one chance, and so that's why people move up and down like the QB ranking so much because of these games. Honestly,
But I also think it's more impressive if you're going on a crazy playoff thing or a playoff run in the NBA, like you're doing it for 15, 20 games. You know what I mean? Like sometimes those
I don't
stints
think it's
go
more
for a lot
impressive.
longer.
I don't think
Nah,
it's
Sometimes
more
I like
impressive.
I like I
I
like the
think
one
so.
game style, bro. Like that's what's so
Well,
exciting about like March Madness, the NFL playoffs. It's one game, so you just gotta show us what you got in that one game. Best man wins. Um,
Y'all think y'all think the better teams win more in the NBA playoffs or NFL?
maybe
NBA, you got games to
yes,
solidify
a
that
7 game series splits it up. I think the only
one
difference with
game.
that is baseball. I think like I know we don't talk about baseball, but like baseball is whoever's hot. Like whoever's hot ends up like normally winning the series, and like sometimes the best team, but like it's whoever's hot. With basketball, I do think it's the best team always wins or normally wins, I guess.
Yeah,
After a 7 game series.
it's a larger sample size, but we can hop into the episode. Before we get Max, you ain't tell me how you was feeling, man. What's
About
what's going on in Michigan?
nothing much. It's just cold. It's like negative. It feels like negative like 7 or 8 outside. Um, it's freezing cold. You can't go outside for the most part. I'm surprised they haven't canceled classes yet. Like all the high schools up here are canceled, but our class is still going on. So second week of school, getting back into it. Or just third week for me. I don't even know. I think it's second week actually, but yeah, no classes just get back into it. So I'm more excited for Super Bowl coming up. I'm excited. So I think it's been a good playoff so far.
Yeah, no, I'm actually happy to be back. Just like get back into my routine. My ankle is finally feeling somewhat better, so my life is kind of starting to feel a little bit normal. But yeah, we can hop into the episode. Uh, Texans beat the Browns 45-14. My boy CJ Stroud, man, everything is coming into fruition, bro. Like everything that I say on this podcast literally becomes law. Chief, I don't know why you're looking
Not
like that. It's
not
Not
funny.
everything.
everything.
Not
Not
everything.
everything you say. Yeah,
No,
No,
it's
but
nothing
I gotta
but
give
crazy.
you
with
credit.
everything,
I gotta give you credit. I think honestly, the only football thing you ever like, the only correct football thing you said this year probably was CJ Stroud. Like, I was everything off that. Outside that, I don't know.
nah,
Tua definitely didn't hit. Tua definitely didn't hit. I see Ramley hopped on a Baker Mayfield train today. I don't know what that was about. I've been
I
here.
didn't
Can I get some?
randomly hop on
Can
the
I get some? Can
Baker
I get
Mayfield
some
train.
flowers? Yo, Max, can I get some flowers for the Baker Mayfield? I was here. Week
What do
three,
you?
week two,
Oh
week three.
flower. Oh
No.
flowers.
You were acting like he was just gonna be like the top QB, bro. Like you was
Oh,
the
you're
way you
lying. You're
said it.
lying. You're lying.
No,
You're
it was
lying.
the
You're
way you
lying. You're
said it.
lying.
It
I
was the way
don't.
you
I don't
said
know
it.
what.
That's why we
I'm like.
wrong.
I
I'm
said he's going to
genuinely.
revive his. I said he's going to revive his career this year. I say he should be in the running and a leader for comeback player of the year. I've been here for that. I've been on Baker
Yeah.
Mayfield,
The only thing I
train.
heard was comeback player of the year. That was it.
No,
I,
no, it's a TikTok of it. Jay know what I'm talking about. He sent it to the
Yeah, I know what
Discord
you're
to make
talking
me look stupid one day, and now I look like a genius. But go ahead.
I mean, it's not even. It's. I'm sorry. Like watching that game, he's played good, but two of the touchdowns have literally been the
Oh
receivers
no,
breaking up 70 yard
they were
scores.
dropping so many
They
passes.
were
They were
it
dropping
was
so
a
many
whole
passes.
bunch of
I'm just saying,
drop
two of the
balls.
touchdowns have literally been like
No.
70-yard touchdowns.
Baker
He played great.
Baker played good. Baker played good, and he would have
Nah, Baker
his
was-
stat line would be way better. His stat line would be way better if they weren't dropping the passes. Come on, bro. Don't try to discredit him, bro.
I think it was a house call. I think Mike Evans, like he literally threw it in the
Yep.
basket, bro. And he dropped it. So Baker actually hooped.
Nah, the best play I saw from him was that first and 20. They like showed like a different angle of like the throw to Mike Evans. It was just like the out route, and he threw it perfectly to the corner to get like the first down, like a 2nd and 1 or something. That was a good play.
But
All right,
let's
I'm about to say.
let's hop back into the Texans and the Browns. Teef, if I'm remembering correctly, I think that you had Joe Flacco in the Browns over the Texans. If I
I
remember
did.
correctly.
I did.
So
I
can you
did.
tell me like your thought process behind that and just like what you thought, just looking at the game?
No, I picked the Browns in this game just because their defense is elite. CJ Stroud was obviously a rookie quarterback in his first playoff game. I thought they're going to be able to get to the passer a lot more. I honestly did not expect D'Amico Ryans to outcoach
Stefanski
like this. We said Stefanski was coach of the year. Got completely outcoached. Bobby Slowick was in his bag for the Texans. I mean, you answer me this, Jaden. Have you ever seen the Browns defense get cooked like this? Like I had never seen this. I've never seen this like this. They had a hard time dealing with misdirections and like pre-snap motions. I don't know if they were unprepared, but they were getting cooked real bad. Like I see CJ Stroud get his props, but a lot of stuff was wide open. We give a lot of credit to Bobby Slowick. He did an amazing job. So I thought, the Texans defense kind of inconsistent. They're good at stopping the run, but their secondary can be had. So I thought, Joe Flacco was hot coming into the playoffs. He's even though he's older now, he's still experienced. He's still an experienced quarterback, and I think the Browns were the better team coming into the game. I mean, they were favored for a reason. So I thought the defense would play a lot better. CJ Stroud in his first playoff game. I didn't expect him to come out and basically play a perfect game. I think he was like 15 for 18, 300 yards,
300
2 or 3.
crazy.
Yeah, three touchdowns. Yeah, he's insane. Hey, like I said, he's insane. But I picked the Browns just because of all that stuff I said for sure.
Max, let me know.
I picked the Texans, but I didn't think it was going to be like this. The two picks back to back, or the 2 pick sixes back to back were huge. Houston was just rocking. The fans were in it. Team was in it. I don't even know. Like defensively, just CJ Stroud was having his way, and Cleveland couldn't do anything. But Joe Flacco was the dude who put him in the hole they didn't get back from. So, shout out to the Texans for the quickest rebuild in history. Quickest rebuild maybe in any sport in history, going from like literally one of the worst teams to this. So I did not think Houston would be winning a home playoff game when they took Stroud and Will Anderson last year in the draft. So credit to them. The D'Amico Ryans hire I was always high on. I loved Will Anderson, but I was never high on Stroud to this at all. So I was never high on Stroud like that. But I don't know. Maybe I still don't think they win next week, but I think they could at least make it a game. They dismantled the best defense in football. You can say they had injuries because they did, but the Ravens defense is also good. So if CJ can do what he can, I don't think I have quite the confidence that for them to be the Ravens as the Browns, but I also didn't think it was going to be a 30-point game. So CJ Stroud can come out and shock some people. Who knows?
CJ Stroud, best rookie quarterback I've ever seen, ever. We can make
ever.
The best one I've ever seen. Best one I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
We can
How
call
good
it.
was Andrew Luck rookie year? How good was Andrew Luck rookie year?
Yeah, I think Andrew Luck was better than him rookie year. You can make the case that RG3 was better than him the rookie year. You can make the case that
RG3 was crazy. RG3 was crazy.
Yeah,
I'm not putting RG3 over him.
Did Russ win the Super Bowl rookie year?
No, he did not.
No.
I think
It was the second year.
I think Cam Newton was better than his rookie year, for sure. Justin Herbert arguably was better than him in his rookie year. I mean,
Nah, Justin Herbert had a crazy rookie year.
They didn't have the team success, but like just for player for player, you can argue that Justin Herbert was better. I mean, Justin Herbert's offensive coordinator was terrible. Justin Herbert's coaching was terrible. You can say he had better weapons, but I would take Justin Herbert in his rookie season over C.J. Stroud.
Anyways, C.J. Stroud, the best rookie quarterback that I've ever seen. You can call me reactionary. You can say recency bias, but as of late, he's been the most successful quarterback in Texans history as of late. So, Teef.
I'm sorry, I don't even know if it's as of late. As of late, he might be the most successful quarterback in Texas history.
No, Deshaun Watson went to the divisional.
Oh, I forgot he completely existed. I was literally thinking Matt Schaub was the second best quarterback. I was like, who else are we talking about?
I was taking a shot at Deshaun Watson.
I forgot Deshaun Watson existed. Sorry.
That's disrespectful. Don't do that, bro. Come on now.
I forgot all about that, but I definitely was taking a shot at Deshaun Watson. I didn't expect this game to be that out of hand. Anybody who picked the Texans, I think, were the underdogs, but for it to be this out of hand was kind of crazy. Nobody expected this. But C.J. Stroud, man, top 5 QB. Well, not right now. I don't think he's a top 5 QB right now, but definitely going to be top 5 in the future. Don't really have too much to say about that. T, if you think you're about to say something.
Yeah, he's not top 5 right now. That was ludicrous. I'm glad you fixed that statement. But I kind of just want to know where the Browns go from here, because obviously they overachieved this season with Stefanski probably going to win Coach of the Year. They had injuries in the quarterback room. They had injuries on the offensive line. Had injuries really everywhere on the defense. And so we got to see what Deshaun Watson, he basically 2 years removed from the suspension. He's back. Well, he's not back, but he got injured last season. So they're kind of right now, they're kind of stuck because they can't really move off him. He's guaranteed all that money. I just want to see where they're going to go from here. Like, what are they going to do this offseason? I don't know what really holes they have on their team. I think they can use some more weapons offensively. And hopefully Nick Chubb can come back and still play at the same level he is, but their defense is good. It's just with competent QB play, the Browns can be a contender in the AFC, I feel like, personally. They just need to get some I don't know how or if Deshaun Watson can just return to be a competent QB, because he looked terrible since he came back. I thought this season he can come back and be at least 70% of what he was in Houston, but I just don't know. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they do this offseason, how they draft. But I think they definitely need to take a receiver for sure. Amari Cooper is great as he is. I don't think he's getting older now, and I think he shouldn't be a wide receiver 1. Even though he's still a good wide receiver 1, I think having some better him will be very beneficial. I think they need to tailor offense around what Deshaun Watson is good at, get him outside the pocket and stuff like that. I think that should be the course of action, because obviously I think Stefanski and him is now on the same page.
I am they're in a weird spot because they are a quarterback away, but they put so much money to Deshaun. My thinking is when this team is healthy with a couple more additions, I think take the quarterback out. They are a top 3, top 5 roster in football, and I don't think that's crazy to say. Their offensive line.
I said that before the season started, and you pushed back on it. By the way, that did happen. I just want you to know that happened.
To be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember that, but
I don't remember that. But that was
I don't know if you were on the pod, Jaden. So for the episode, just saying.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, you're a great leader, bro. I gotta keep you around.
This defense. I don't think this defense was going to be the number 1 defense in football, but that's cool. I don't think you did either, but that's fine. So my opinion is that I think that their O-line, when healthy, is great. Amari Cooper is obviously great. Nick Chubb coming back is great. Kareem Hunt is the second guy is great. They still have Jerome Ford. They have a good mix of running backs. David Njoku is a very underrated tight end. I think he's a great player, great locker room guy. I think a lot of people love him. And their defense is great along with their coaching staff. If you look at this team, I don't think it's as built as San Fran. But I think what they need out of their quarterback is similar to San Fran. I know it's not Deshaun's play style, but if he can be a game manager, if they go out in the draft and they get I don't even know Adonai Mitchell, where are they drafting at? Mid-first? Or does Houston have their pick?
Who?
Hello? What pick does Cleveland have? Does Houston have their pick, or do they have their own pick?
I'm pretty sure they have their own pick. Let me go look.
Because I'm if you're looking late round, I think they're probably their second most, or your second position need right now is receiver. Right?
No, Houston has it. Houston has it at 23.
Houston does have it. So again, it's a deep draft for receivers. They can get someone second round. But like if Keon Coleman slips to early second round, take a shot on him. If you get a Texas receiver in the second round, like I think there's options where you can try and get that second receiver in there to pair alongside Amari Cooper and David Njoku. But then you need mid quarterback play from Deshaun Watson. You need a game manager. You need someone who can their defense can get stops, their defense can get them on the field. You just need someone to use the good field position. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need the world from Deshaun Watson. You just need to be a game manager and push your team over the hump to get from good to competitive. Like I think there's a very fine line, and Cleveland showed they're close to it this year. They ended very well, but I mean, I don't think quarterback was their downfall this year. But like Joe Flacco made those two bad plays.
Quarterback was a downfall. Let's be honest. Quarterback was a downfall.
But
in the regular season, you cannot win with a game manager in the playoffs. You cannot win with a game manager in the playoffs. You cannot. I'm sorry.
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles played more like Nick Foles had 500 yards in the Super Bowl. He played more like he did not play like a game manager. Game manager don't drop 500 yards in the Super Bowl. Let's be honest right now. Like he went on a insanity run or whatever you want to call it. But Nick Foles has had years.
But I don't think anyone thought Joe.
Nick Foles had years on the Eagles and on other teams where he played pretty good. Like,
but it wasn't. Even then, so did Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco had good years. Like it wasn't close though. It was years.
Joe Flacco wasn't a game manager though.
Huh?
You talking about when he won a Super Bowl?
Yeah, Joe Flacco. What do you think?
Joe Flacco wasn't a game manager. Joe Flacco wasn't a game manager.
What do you think he was? He didn't do anything.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
He wasn't a game manager though. He was not a game manager.
What was he? What would you rank him?
He wasn't
at that time?
Honestly, probably bro. That's a long time ago. I look back, but maybe like top 13, top 12. Maybe.
Yeah, what are we talking about? Joe Flacco was not like this all-time
I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he is.
They had a great defense. They had Ray Rice. They had Torrey Smith. They had Anquan Bolden. Dennis.
I would say he was a game manager.
And he played like a god in the playoffs. You cannot win a championship with a game manager at quarterback. Like who really what game managers do you know that goes off in the playoffs? Because what game manager? Baker Mayfield hasn't been a game manager the entire season.
Like, what are you calling Baker Mayfield?
Has Baker Mayfield been a game manager this season?
Like, I guess maybe I'm just maybe I'm
no running game.
No, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong for thinking this, but like, are we calling like bottom top 12 guys, whatever? Are we calling like under top 12 anything other than like a game manager? Like,
has Baker Mayfield played like a game manager this year?
In some points, he balled out. Like, what are you calling him then? What are you calling him?
I see what Mac is saying. Like,
he didn't play like a game manager to me this year. Like game manager.
What did he play like?
Game managers usually have great.
What did Baker Mayfield play like? What did Baker play like?
What does game manager mean to you?
Game manager means. Game manager means like my bad. Game manager means you don't win the game, you don't lose the game. Baker Mayfield won games this year. Like a lot of them. He don't.
Yeah, I guess
the Bucs didn't have a great defense this year. The Bucs didn't have a great running game this year. Like he won games this year. Like,
who is the poster child of a game manager for you?
Jimmy Garoppolo. If Jimmy Garoppolo was on the Bucs this year, they would have been terrible. Like I don't think Baker's a franchise QB by any stretch of the imagination. I don't.
Yeah, I guess that's why I'm kind of like I think that the mid tier of guys I can, and it's like maybe it's not your role, but if you can do that at the same time, I don't know.
Yeah, every quarterback needs to be able to manage the game, but like this Baker Mayfield year kind of reminded me more so of like a Geno Smith year last year. That's what it reminded me of. I don't think Geno Smith was pegged as a game manager last year. Like he won the Seahawks games last year.
Like if you threw Baker on San Fran, are they winning more or less games?
They're winning the same amount of games.
So that's, I guess, just where it's like put him on different things. Like he fits the role as a game manager.
Yeah, he could be a game manager, but
I guess that's where I'm coming from.
Do you think he played like a game manager tonight?
No, that's what I'm saying. He played above and beyond.
You have to be able. That's what I'm saying. You have to be able to elevate.
That's what I was proving. That's what I was proving to you is that like I thought he's like when I'm thinking like if you think someone's more than a game manager, I'm throwing them up in the rankings, right? Because like for me right now in the league, Jared Goff is a game manager, and I've stood by this. Jared Goff very rarely has lost you games, but I also don't think he's going above and beyond to win you games.
Jared Goff is a game manager. I think you could be a game manager and be better than someone that's not a game manager. Like
Jared Goff's a
obviously,
better quarterback than Baker Mayfield, in my opinion.
yes, he is. Yes,
Yeah,
he is. But
okay.
I wouldn't really call like Baker game just because
I
like
know. I get what you're saying.
I think
I'm just thinking
he
like
played a level above that this year for some reason. I don't
he
know
had
how
games
to
where he
explain
popped
it.
off and stuff. I get it, but there's also some
I
games
don't know
where
how
he
to
didn't.
explain it because game managers usually have like, yeah, you have a good running game, you have a great defense. The Bucs defense was good in some spots this year. They were I would say decent to good defense, but they had no running game, so it was a lot on Baker Mayfield making plays and their offensive coordinator is great though. This is not even about Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I
Right
was
now.
gonna say we
talking
gotta
about
go back to the Browns.
Texans,
We do gotta
Texans,
go back to the
Texans,
Browns and Texans.
My bad.
My long story short
We
is
have a
we
whole
need
topic.
we gotta
Yeah.
we can get into that.
I was just saying, like, ending off what I said, you just need Deshaun Watson, a couple things to draft, tweak the receiving room, maybe add another tight end or something, like get more depth in the defense up with injuries. But you just need Deshaun Watson to be a sliver of what he used to be and just lead you to 10 wins and hope that prime Deshaun Watson comes out in the playoffs. I think it's like perfect scenario is like he plays good the regular season and then he can have these great games in the playoffs where he can finally come back to what he used to be.
We
Yeah, he got to be more than a game manager.
15 minutes.
So that's what I'm saying. In the regular season, he doesn't have to be. They just showed that this year. They could win games with them being mid, and then the playoff. Yeah, you got to be above and beyond. That's fine.
Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. Is that all?
Yeah, we got off topic.
All right, cool. Yeah, we're gonna get in that later. The Dolphins go into Chiefs territory, lose 26-7. You know the fans can't stand the weather, bro. It's obvious. I know, Max. I know you're gonna say something stupid about Tua.
I'm not.
I don't
it's
think.
nothing
I don't
stupid.
think. I don't think it was the weather this game. I'm not giving them an excuse. I'm not gonna lie.
I was just gonna say, like, can we just replay the clips of like Tua's better than Joe Burrow, Tua's better than Justin Herbert, Tua's better than Peyton Manning, Tua's better than Tom Brady, Tua's better than everybody ever.
Somehow the fans gotta move up to Tua, bro. Like it's not possible. You can't win with him, bro. It's actually starting to get disgusting. I don't think ever in my life I will see Tua with a playoff win. I don't see it happening. This is ridiculous. He has all the weapons in the world. Was Waddle playing?
He was.
I didn't even remember that.
Had like 2 catches.
Yeah, it is very insignificant. Put 7 points up on the board. It was very disappointing. Kind of makes me look at Tua a little bit differently. I want to know how you guys view this game.
Can I go first, quick? Or are you gonna go?
Go, you can go. Do what you do.
Because you got to go off. For the past couple of years, as far as like, I don't know, I see Tua and Dak Prescott in the same light. Dak's a better quarterback than Tua. Stop. No.
Dak is the game manager, and we're gonna.
Can I go on?
No, he's not.
Can I say what I have to say, please?
Go ahead, bro.
So I see them in the same light. When you see Dak and you see Tua, I think Dak's a quarterback than Tua. But my thinking, they are so regular season dependent. When it comes to the playoffs, when it comes to elevating your team past that hump, they can't do it. But there's like so many quarterbacks that are so far under them. And people are like, oh, I wouldn't take Baker Mayfield over them. I wouldn't take Deshaun Watson right now over him. I wouldn't take this guy. But they're not good enough to throw your team over the hump. So both these teams are in a position to where in order to get to that Super Bowl level, they need to upgrade. But there's not many guys to upgrade to unless you hit in the draft or you find some hidden gem. And you're not going to downgrade because then you lose all that regular season success. So these two teams are stuck with these quarterbacks. So especially in Miami's area, Tua's young. Isn't he like 3 or 4 years younger than Dak, right?
I think he's like 24, 25. How old is he?
Yeah, so Tua's young. Maybe he develops into something more, maybe. But he's pretty much shown us what he is the past couple of years. He's a great regular season performer for some games. And then when it comes to truly elevate your team, doesn't work out. They need to upgrade their defense. They need to get healthier. I think give this team a fair shot and we'll see. But at the end of the day, you're still going to need Tua to elevate his game in the playoffs. And we haven't seen that at all. Like, they can't win the playoffs. Last year he was injured. I get it. But this game was terrible. Like, and you can blame weather, but you're going to have to go to Buffalo. You're going to have to go to Cincinnati. You're going to have to go to Kansas City. You know what I mean? Like, you're not – very slim chance that you're going to win your division, win the 1 seed, and never have to go to any cold weather. Especially in the AFC, you have to play in the cold. Like, that's just how it is. So these games are super important. I'm just like, I don't know Miami's perspective. I don't know what you do because you can't get much better quarterback-wise than Tua without having to pay so much. but then you can't sit here and stay by yourself because you're just going to sit in this state of mediocrity. So again, I think it's like there are two different positions with the Cowboys and the Dolphins, but I think you got to attack it the same way because it's so hard to upgrade and it's so hard to downgrade at the same time. Like they are in a weird state of just you're mid. Like you're good in the regular season, but you won't be anything more than that.
Somehow you got to find a way to move off into it. But question, Latif. You were looking at me crazy when I said like I forgot what I said. It was something along the lines of me saying like it has me looking at Tua a little bit differently. Tua was actually crazy in the regular season, so I don't understand why you're looking at me like that. Can you just give me a deeper dive onto like what you're thinking?
When I'm listening to y'all, especially Max, he keep bringing up playoffs, bro. Tua didn't play well in the regular season against good teams. Like, skip the playoffs. You can't win good games in the regular season with him. Like let's put a hold on the playoffs because we shouldn't even be there yet. He can't win good games. He can't win big games in the regular season. You need to win against the Titans this season. He did not show up. You need to win against the Bills this season. He did not show up. You need to win against the Titans a few seasons ago to make the playoffs. He did not show up. Down the stretch of last season, when he got injured and all that stuff, he played bad against the Packers. He played bad against the 49ers. Tua does not show up against good teams ever because it is so easy to scheme him out of a game. If you take away his first read, if you get physical with his wide receivers, it's nothing he can do. He has no playmaking juice at all. He cannot escape the pocket at all. He's a pocket passing quarterback that's not tall, that can't really move around the pocket that great, and his arm strength is not that strong. So realistically, on a week-to-week basis, Tua is a good to average quarterback. And a good to average quarterback, unless you have a super team, is not going to win a Super Bowl ever. Y'all talking about playoffs. Can this man be a consistently good regular season quarterback? Yes, he had a good year, but against any good defenses this year, any good to elite defenses this year, he folded. Like, we gotta stop talking about the playoffs. I don't want to talk about the playoffs. Let's talk about him being.
I'm not gonna say that because he had a really good regular season. So
I'm not going to. Oh,
trash competition every single time.
That's fine. Like, trash competition. Let's not nitpick teams because so frequently you can have a great defense look like a bad defense, whatever. Like regular season. I'm going to sum that up as one thing. But the playoffs are one other thing. Like, I get it. You can say he didn't play well against the Ravens. Everyone knows that. But like, you're really being like objective to what's a good team and a bad team come regular season time. I think at playoff time, you truly see when the lights are on. What?
Keep going.
What?
Go ahead. You keep going. I'm gonna go find his games this year.
He's gonna try to look up something insignificant. But I'm confused. I'm confused because I'm not gonna lie. Tua didn't look terrible. He just looked mid. Like he didn't look like the difference maker, bro. Now
he didn't look terrible. He didn't look terrible.
He didn't look terrible. We're gonna get into somebody who looked terrible in a little bit.
How good was the Jets defense in your opinion, by the way? Because he skunked them.
When was this?
Tua?
Early on in the season.
30-0. No, it was fourth to last week of the season.
He had one touchdown and 0 interceptions, bro, and 200 yards. Please, bro. What are we talking about right now? Against
the Jets?
I'm looking at
20. He was 21-24. He didn't have to do anything.
Exactly. That's not like he. Come on, bro. And the Jets were not a good team.
Game manager.
The Jets are not a good team. Like even if your defense is great, if your offense is consistently not going to give you anything, you're going to give up points, bro. That's the reality of the situation. That's the reality of the situation.
Beat the Cowboys.
So you're telling me Tua looked terrible?
No, he was bad. He was terrible. What did he do good? Like what did he do good at all? What did he do? The one touchdown he had was literally on a underthrown. Exactly. It was
yeah, no, that was terrible. That was a terrible pass. Terrible. Disgusting.
You can blame
disgusting. That was not a good pass. Underthrown. Tyreek had to go back to the ball. That was a bad pass.
Blame on the weather. But blame what on the weather? What are you talking about? His arm strength is terrible. Like honestly, he's not a good quarterback. And honestly, Jaden, it's actually ludicrous how you flipping on your man so quick because you was calling him MVP. Like
I'm not flipping on him. I'm not flipping.
Yes, you are. Me
saying that I don't think he'll ever win a playoff game in my lifetime. I'm not saying that he's not still one of my favorite quarterbacks. That's like me saying I don't think Derrick Rose is going to be your starting point guard on a championship team. That is my
Bro.
favorite player ever, bro. But sometimes you just have to face the facts. You have to say what's true, what you see. Just because
I
I'm
can't wait
not
till
saying,
you.
oh my gosh, Tua, like it's
I,
no, bro.
It
I can't
was
wait till you. I
insane.
can't
It
wait till
was
you face the
insane.
facts about Zion. I can't wait. That's
It
gonna be
was
one of those days when you
insane
face the facts
recency
about Zion.
bias. It was insane recency bias. I'm not gonna lie, that was crazy. It
You're
was week
strange, bro.
4.
Nah, but
Nah,
it's
but
not
go
really
ahead.
too much to dive deep into this game. Tua, I don't know, man. It's just I don't know.
Well, we talked about it before, Latif, when we were thinking about the topics. It was like, what do we say about the Chiefs? And it's like there really is nothing to say. Like they kind of just dominated the game the whole time. They played kind of boring. Rashee Rice played well. Kelsey had drops, which was bad. I'm thinking about that for the future. Kelsey dropped like 2 or 3 balls. The one was a touchdown. Like that's something I'm
He
looking
has some
at.
bad drops, but I feel like you could put that on the weather too. I don't know.
No, you're not. I'm not putting on the weather
I'm
because
not
Rasheed Rice wasn't dropping passes. That don't even make sense. That's one.
like
2. We can talk about the Chiefs a little bit. The secondary played amazing. L'Jarius Sneed, Trey McDuffie. Those 2 are gonna be very integral when they play against the Bills next week. We're gonna talk about that later. But the secondary looks great. The pass rush looks great. Once you put pressure on Tua, he folds like paper. But I also want to talk about concerns. Like MVS just doesn't need to be on the field if he's not going to try. Like I honestly don't know what he's doing. Like the
but
ball tracking for him is terrible. Like he just gives up on the play every single time it's a deep ball. I need my man Pat to get some better receivers. It's getting ridiculous. But Rasheed Rice definitely had a coming out party though.
the 2 times there was 2 balls to McCole Hartman. McCole Hartman before anyone I feel like would be the guy who's like most experienced. And the one time he wanted to hold, the time maybe he got it. But I thought they were both seemed catchable, and he like stopped running.
I don't know if that was MVS or McCole Hartman, but yeah, the
It
ball
was
tracking
McCole. It was
Chiefs.
McCole because I thought, okay, McCole's been here long enough. He knows Mahomes. Like he's played with Mahomes. Mahomes is gonna trust him. And that's why, like, when I saw him give up, I was like, that was weird. So I didn't know if that was like uncatchable or I just saw a bad angle. But it looked like he gave up on two of the balls. I didn't know, but that was weird to me.
We haven't talked about Tua's contract situation yet. He has fifth-year option, so he's going to be looking for a extension pretty soon. The Dolphins will be doing themselves a great disservice if they pay this man big money for long term. Not only is he not that good, he also pretty injury prone and has suffered some very, very major injuries in his career. So
Was he not healthy this year?
we're talking about Tua. We're talking about Tua. The rest of his career he's been hurt. So I mean, come on now, Jaden. Anyways,
answer my question. Was he not healthy this year?
He was healthy this year, yes, but you still got to factor it in when you talk about a contract, long-term contract. You do not pay Tua big money at all. If he wants big money, he try to hold out, anything like that, you trade him, ship him. I don't know when we talk about this, Max. I don't know how they're gonna be able to upgrade from him, honestly, because he's in a situation where he's not that good, but he's not terrible either. It's not that many upgrades that are attainable. I think we're gonna come back and look at this draft class in 2020 and think like, damn, what if they could have had Justin Herbert? That's gonna be crazy.
100%. It might be both ways too. Like, what if Justin Herbert could have gone to a better organization, and what if a better organization could have got Justin Herbert? Like, with how it's looking, this head coaching hire, I think, might be the most important in Chargers history. For the simple fact that if they mess this up, if I'm Justin Herbert, I'm getting out of there. I want to trade. I want to be done with this. I'm gone. So I think Justin Herbert, again, I always say this because he's my favorite quarterback, but he has the tools to be the best quarterback in this draft. Him and Joe Burrow, it's a 2-horse race right now. And if you could put him on a contender, I think we could really have a more neck-and-neck race for everyone else. I think stats-wise it's close, but Burrow has the postseason success because he's a better team to get to the postseason. So I think, I don't know, like thinking about like what they could upgrade to, Miami in this case, like what's a quarterback on the block that honestly they can go for? Like real talk, like I'm not just saying this hypothetically, who could they actually like try and trade for? Because CJ Stroud is staying there he's staying, Mahomes is staying, Burrow's staying, Allen's staying, Lamar's staying. If Jalen Hurts is staying, Dak probably staying, Stafford's probably staying. You know what I mean? Like, who are you going to go for besides drafting a guy? Like, that's where it's just so tough. I think, like, it's just unless they build like what I'm saying, unless they can get a San Francisco all-pro caliber defense and all-pro caliber offense and throw Tua on that and say like make the least mistakes possible. There's just very, very few ways I could ever see Miami winning with Tua at quarterback. But then there are just very few ways, like I said, to upgrade. It's like it's worse. I think it's almost worse than being bad. It's almost worse than being like where like you're drafting in top 10 because like it's just you're in this limbo and you can't get better. It's terrible.
I agree with that. But honestly, before we gotta stop saying the San Francisco thing because we don't even know Brock Purdy's gonna win the championship yet. So until we see him win the Super Bowl,
I'm not saying he can.
We gotta stop saying that because I still think we need a guy.
San Fran did that with Jimmy G, right? They've been competitive. They've been winning that division.
And why didn't they win the Super Bowl with Jimmy G?
Sorry, I'm not trying to say like Brock Purdy's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. But if we're talking about contenders and we're talking about what San Fran does to Dallas and what San Fran does to Philly, right? Like they kill them. Like when they're fully healthy, they beat them, right? Like I get it. You can't put everything at a Super Bowl level because not everyone makes the Super Bowl. But like when you're thinking about teams, there's a reason we put San Fran up there. You know what I mean? Like it's not just like on some sort of like whim that, oh yeah, San Fran put them up there. Like, no, they're good every year. They're competing every year. No matter who's at quarterback, they're competing because of who's on their team around them. I don't think we can say that Dallas is competing. Dallas won like one playoff game, 2 playoff games in the past couple of years. Miami hasn't won a play. You know what I mean? Like these other teams haven't won. We see the success.
Went to like 6 of like the last 10. But we can, since we're talking about the Cowboys, we can hop into that right now. They fall to the Packers 48-32. Honestly, the score should have been worse. There's a lot of stat padding, honestly. Dak showed me why he is just a game manager. Don't know why Latif makes that dumb face every time I say that.
Dak is not a game manager.
For 400 yards, 3 TDs, very inflated. 2 interceptions. Honestly, could have been 5. Dak played a terrible game. On the other hand, you got Mr. Jordan Love. We talking about CJ Stroud. The league is in great hands. You could honestly say Jordan Love played a perfect game. Honestly, their stats were low key. Him and CJ Stroud stats were low key identical. Honestly, I think he threw for like two less yards. But since I started off with Latif the past few times, I want to see.
Did not start off with me last time. Didn't start off with me last time.
I hopped in first. I said it. Let me say my piece quick. Because I know Latif wanted to go off and hate on Tua for a sec.
All right, cool. Latif, you can get into it.
Nah, main takeaway from this game is that Mike McCarthy has to be fired. Like he shouldn't be on the Cowboys franchise another minute. Obviously, he's going to be the scapegoat, but he deserved it this time. Like sometimes coaches don't deserve to be a scapegoat, but Mike McCarthy definitely didn't have the Cowboys prepared at all. Throughout his entire career, we know he's not that great of a head coach. His teams make so many. Go ahead.
Somebody in the Discord made a comp. They say he's like the Doc Rivers equivalent. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate. He had that one Super Bowl run that he was living off of. But yeah, Mike McCarthy teams make so many mental mistakes. They don't come out prepared. He doesn't really motivate any of his teams, and he's not that great of an offensive mind to bring the best out of Dak Prescott. He's not that good at calling plays at all. That's the reason why he got out of Green Bay. He's not really a traditional. He's too traditional. He is not forward thinking enough to run an offense, and he's honestly not a great head coach. They need a culture change in Dallas. We can talk about Dak Prescott. He was terrible. Dak Prescott is not a good playoff performer at all at this point in his career. People were giving him the San Francisco excuse, like, oh, he can't be San Francisco. But now you get outplayed by Jordan Love and you get dominated like this against the Packers. We're not giving him that excuse anymore. Dak Prescott is in the same boat as a quarterback like Tua, as Max alluded to, where they can get you so far in the regular season, but come playoff time, you're not going to be able to win a Super Bowl with them. And you'll need a very, very, very good team to have Dak Prescott get you in the Super Bowl. But you can't move off of him because, like, that's not that many better options. He's a top 10 to top 12 quarterback in the regular season. So it's going to be very, very hard to move off of him. So I don't know what direction the Cowboys are going to go in because it's going to be very hard to convince Jerry Jones, who's 82 years old, to rebuild a team when he wants to win the Super Bowl before he dies. So it's like, the Cowboy fan.
To be honest, I don't think that's crazy. It's not crazy to say.
That's not.
It's not even the fact that like you want to win a Super Bowl. I just don't think Jerry Jones ever wants to see his team mocked for being bad. You know what I mean? Like I don't think he ever wants to. He doesn't want to see fans. He doesn't see money go down. You know what I mean? Like he wants to be competitive forever. Like
Yeah, and on the Packers side of things, man, it's insane. They did this again. This is 4 straight quarterbacks that are franchise level quarterbacks, and the Bears can't get one right. Like
4.
it's ridiculous. 4, yes. I'm not mistaken.
It's
Barstar.
3. It's 3.
No. Who they have?
3 straight. It's Favre, Rodgers, Love. Favre, Rodgers, Love.
I'm pretty sure it's 4.
It's not. It's definitely not Bart Starr to Brett Favre.
Yeah, not Barstar. I'm tripping. I'm tripping.
That was a
Who was
long
before
time
Brett
ago.
Favre?
I don't know. That's why I think it was 3.
Let me go to they QB history.
But it's 3 straight.
They haven't.
I think it's 3.
I'm pretty sure it's. Let me go look.
Honestly,
I'm
bro,
looking real quick.
I'm just confused with the Cowboys. I think we said this earlier in the season. Honestly, with Diggs getting hurt, that kind of changed a lot of things.
3.
But
3.
still, it was 3. With Diggs getting hurt, that kind of changed a lot of things, especially with the defense. But this is the perfect matchup. This is the matchup you want. I think they had who? Damn, who am I losing? Why am I not forgetting what I was going to say, bro? This is the perfect matchup you want. You go up against a young team that doesn't have too much playoff experience, and you just pull under pressure. Dak, you stink. Honestly, I wish we had to be honest, once we had Q on here, I think that he would try to come up with some excuses that he was trying to throw in the Discord. I think he finally gave up when he saw how terrible and insufferable it was just to see Dak honestly, excuse my French, shit the bed. So yeah, it was very disgusting. I don't know what you can do further, but yeah, Cowboys stink.
The defense does deserve some blame because they were terrible. They were terrible from the jump. Like literally, there's so many blown coverages. The tackling wasn't great.
Wide open plays, like the one Luke Musgrave touchdown was wide open.
The Cowboys haven't been able to stop the run like literally ever in life, especially last few years. I don't know why they can't stop the run, especially against the 49ers. And now we've seen Aaron Jones had an amazing day. They just looked unprepared. They didn't look tough at all. They looked very, very soft. Dan Quinn was looking at head coaching jobs before this. Now I don't know if he's getting that again. Maybe he gets it off regular season production, but this 3 years in a row where this defense looks soft and they can get ran on really, really easily. So that was really my main takeaways. I want to go back to Jordan Love though. He reminds me so much of Aaron Rodgers, like in the mechanics and am I lying, bro? Come on now. Like in the mechanisms, everything, bro, is like he reminds you of Aaron Rodgers a lot. You can tell that he sat behind him for 3 years and watched him and learned. He was throwing stuff off his back foot. He was scrambling against like that. His poise in the pocket was great. He was flicking the ball like Aaron Rodgers. You know, his arm talent is still amazing. So their developmental system of just having quarterbacks sit and watch and learn behind Hall of Fame QBs is what has got them this far. And the rebuild of sorts has went pretty fast. Well, they had to rebuild. They were like a playoff team basically.
It's a retool.
Yeah, retool. Went pretty fast. I think they should probably target like corner, tackle in the draft.
Receiver. You need one more receiver, I think.
In about a year or two, honestly, you know what is it? The NFC
North,
right? Yeah, NFC North can be very competitive with the Bears. Look like they have a bright future. Lions look like they have a bright future, and then the Packers look like they have a bright future. So
the Vikings don't let the Vikings fall off. The Vikings will be back. Yep. They still have they will have one of the best receiving cores still going forward. So like the Vikings will still be back.
Yeah, this division will be very competitive pretty soon. The Bears got to give them a franchise quarterback. I don't know what the Vikings are going to do with Kirk. They probably going to draft someone or get someone pretty soon. But this division can be pretty tough pretty soon.
I'd say next year, if anything. Like if we can hit with a quarterback, I think with how Minnesota's defense and O-line looked end of the year, if they can get Kirk back, if you have the Packers still playing like this, if you have the Lions still playing like this, it could be a competitive division.
Yeah, the Bears keep Justin Fields, and they're going to be the third team in the division. It is what it is.
Third seed,
third team.
So you saw the Vikings finishing worse than us?
They possibly if they don't get a quarterback, maybe. I think Jets might axe out pretty sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I don't know where though.
All right. Oh, what were you just going to say next?
Yeah, I didn't talk about it. So I was going to say like it's so hard to hate on Jordan Love. I still remember that draft night when everyone's like, okay, this is the worst pick ever. You pick quarterback, he needs receivers, whatever. Jordan Love has just done nothing but like take all that shit, take it all, and like this year finally did it. played really bad at some games start of the year, and then developed through it, and he's just been balling out ever since. That's like probably the nicest thing you'll ever hear me say about Jordan Love for like the rest of his career. But he's like battled through everything, and he's come out on top 100%. So Jordan Love is like leading that team right now. Their defense looked really shaky throughout the year, but they came up big last game. I think Aaron Jones, I know you don't give him respect, Latif, but I think having Aaron Jones is huge for a young quarterback. He is an effective runner. He can go in the pass game. He's a good running back, and you got to put a little bit more respect in Aaron Jones' name.
I think I had Aaron Jones like a top 7 running back at the lowest. Like we have videos of
you don't put any. You don't.
Aaron Jones too.
We've talked about this where I say like he's a great running back. You're like Aaron Jones is a movie. We've talked about this off the pod.
I've never said he's not a great running back. I had him in the top 7.
Anyways,
multiple times.
I think that obviously the Packers
made that up.
The Packers.
I really never said that.
The Packers.
I never said that.
The Packers' offensive scheme is just like every year. It's just always there. It's new coaching staff. It's new personnel. It's new quarterbacks, and their offense is still there.
Their offense wasn't good. Their offense was not good last year at all.
Well, yeah, because Aaron Rodgers was there, and he kind of stinks now. But now they have Jordan Love, and it's working out for him. So you just said that the offense scheme like it was bad. Was Aaron Rodgers good 2 years ago?
Yes, but it wasn't last year.
Okay, cool. So one off year. Wow, one off year. That's crazy. Just like they always put out a competitive offensive team. I guess besides 2023 or 2022, whatever year that Aaron Rodgers left. But no, being a Bears fan and watching the Packers every year, like I can watch like Aaron Rodgers falls out when Devontae Adams leaves, or Aaron Rodgers has Devontae Adams, and now you have Jordan Love falling out with receiving core, very questionable at the start of the year, who have played very well. Jordan Love trusted his guys and saw it worked. So going into the next game, I don't think they win, but I think they keep it close.
Let's not talk about.
I'm just saying, I'm talking more from the Packers side of things, but I'm just saying, like, I do think the Packers looked very good against the Cowboys, and I get the 49ers destroy the Cowboys. But this game, like, makes me, and we'll talk about it more with the Jordan Love thing, but this game definitely, like, moves my thoughts on the Packers. Like, the Packers are a much stronger team than I thought they were. So moving forward, I can't underestimate that.
All right. Since we're, already talking about Jordan Love, it's right on cue that we go into a Jordan Love would you rather. A lot of people on this podcast like to call me reactionary, I guess. So I better not see any overreactions on this would you rather. I know we like to bring up that Tua would you rather on some weird stuff, honestly. Which I said at the time, I definitely did justify my picks. So honestly, it wasn't.
You said for the season too. You said for the season. You would take it more for the season. For the season. So go ahead.
Are you done lying?
No, you said I'll take Tua for this season.
All right, so I'm gonna. You already know how would you rather goes. I give you guys a player, and you just tell me who you would rather have. So
I was just gonna say, hold on. My big issue with this is like, if Jordan Love's beats San Fran next week, like I feel like some of these might change. But
of course, playoff wins mean a lot. Playoff wins mean a lot. I need you.
But like, this is a huge playoff win. Like, this is a ginormous playoff win.
I know that. Latif. Okay. So can you please?
It's a ginormous playoff win.
Can you DOMD about DOMD? Let me do my job, please. Anyways, this is the Jordan Love. This is the Would You Rather Jordan Love edition. All right. Would you rather Jordan Love or CJ Stroud?
CJ Stroud.
I'll take CJ Stroud. I think he was more consistent for the entire season.
And coming into the season, sorry.
It's honestly like not a hard choice. Honestly, I don't know.
Me and Latif talked off.
It's a conversation.
Me and Latif talked off screen about this. It is close, but as far as expectations, the Texans' expectations were so much worse than the Packers, and I do think that Jordan Love has done so much more with so much less.
Yes, he has.
And again, I get you're a Nico Collins number one.
So
fan
much,
now,
so much less. So
you're
much
a Nico
less.
Collins fan apparently, but
so much less is kind of strong. But yes, I think
it's so much less.
So much less than CJ Stroud. neither one of their situations is ideal. I think they have a lot of similarities. It's just CJ Stroud is younger. I think his arm talent is more.
Rookie quarterback, shaky O-line. Who is your running back? Tank Dell is their number 1 or number 2 receiver. He's a rookie. Robert Woods was irrelevant the entire season. Nico Collins is there. I get you think that he elevated a lot, which he did, but I think some of that is due to Stroud. You got to give him credit and his flowers for that.
Some of it, but Nico Collins is a good receiver, bro.
Yeah,
no one was saying that at the start of the year. No one was saying that at the start of the year when he had Davis Mills as quarterback. That's what I was trying to get across. No one was saying Nico Collins was
a lot of wide receiver play is situational. We know this.
But that's what I'm saying. So his situation got better because he got Stroud. Now we look at him in a different light.
I don't think that's what are you trying to say?
Make your pick, bro.
Me or him?
Make your pick.
Jane, you talking to me or him?
I was talking to you.
So we had a thing off topic where off thing where Latif was talking about Nico Collins far better than any receiver that Jordan Love has, and
that is true.
Whatever, but you kind of talked about it coming into the season, you knew he would be this, or he had these intangibles.
No, I didn't. I didn't say that. But we know today, Nico Collins is better than any receiver Jordan Love has. True or false? Yes or no? Yes or no? Stop lying. Nico Collins is better than any receiver that Jordan Love has. That's a fact.
Coming into this year, who's the better receiver, Christian Watson or Nico Collins?
Watson.
Thank
you. Christian Watson.
Nico Collins. I ain't gonna lie.
No, he wasn't.
What are you talking about?
Christian Watson was
He's just a liar. No.
Thank you. You are lying about that. Christian Watson was definitely. Everyone's oh, Christian Watson's got it. Christian Watson's whatever. And he got injured. People love Christian Watson last year.
Who is people? I never was on Christian Watson.
Packers fans?
He's lying.
Jaden
lying.
He's a complete lie. He's telling
you are really so high on Christian Watson. What are you talking about,
bro? You know how I know you're lying. I have never spoke about Christian Watson on this podcast.
I don't know about this. I'm not going to step in on this. I don't know.
No.
He's really lying.
Stuff happens off camera. I don't know why he
likes to do this. Find a message every time about Christian Watson.
Everything isn't in
Christian Watson was Christian Watson.
We play Madden. You tell, oh my gosh, Christian Watson, all this type of stuff.
No. Did Aaron Rodgers not have trouble connecting with Christian Watson last season?
Because Christian Watson was so fast and so tall, he just threw him a ball as a touchdown.
No, bro, he was literally dropping.
He was on my fantasy team last year. Let's be honest. He played better. I know how Christian Watson played.
He played better in the year. He played better in the year
because he's also. It was a rookie. It was his first year. Give him a couple games to get under his belt.
I don't know why did you, bro? I don't know why you just tried to say that he didn't have struggles with Aaron Rodgers in the beginning of the year. He had struggles with their.
You're acting like Nico Collins is even a household name. No one knew who Nico Collins was last year. Unless you played fantasy football, you did not know who Nico Collins was.
Christian Watson wasn't a house. Christian Watson ain't a household name either. Well, we can move on to Jaden, can you get your pick, please, bro, so we can move on?
He said.
Oh,
I didn't hear him say it.
He said CJ. It wasn't close.
Okay, bro.
All right. Would you rather Trevor Lawrence or Jordan Love?
I'm taking Jordan Love. I'm not gonna lie. He had a better season than Trevor Lawrence with way less. Way less. The youngest team to make the playoffs that we've ever seen.
Bro, is this not reactionary?
It's not reactionary. It's not reactionary.
Look, is this reactionary? I feel like this
what has Trevor Lawrence? What has Trevor Lawrence done that CJ Stroud hasn't?
We're talking about Jordan Love.
I mean, no, I know. What has Trevor Lawrence done that Jordan Love hasn't? Not CJ Stroud, my bad.
What has Jordan Love done that Trevor Lawrence hasn't?
He has elevated his talent more than what Trevor Lawrence did. Literally.
Was this not his best team and did the worst? Did he not do that last year and the year before?
In his playoff team, in his playoff game, he was better against a better defense.
I don't know.
What am I lying about?
I feel like this is reactionary.
How is it reactionary?
I'm taking.
How is it reactionary? Trevor Lawrence has one good year. He was not good this year at all. What are you talking about right now? Trevor Lawrence has one good year in his career,
and Jordan Love does too.
Exactly, he was better in his playoff game with doing it with less talent than what Trevor Lawrence had.
This is reactionary for me. I don't know.
How is this reactionary? Jordan Love is a top 10 quarterback, bro. Real life. He's a top 10 quarterback. This man is a top 10 quarterback. Did you not Did we not see what happened, bro? Over the last 10 weeks of the season, Jordan Love threw 18 touchdowns and 1 interception. He went into the playoffs and cooked the Cowboys, who was a elite defense. What are you watching? His weapons are not great by any stretch of the imagination. His offensive line is not great by any stretch of the imagination. What are we talking about right now?
I'm just not ready to do that right now. I feel like that's.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Trevor
tough.
Lawrence has 1 good year, bro. Trevor Lawrence has 1 good year. One.
And so does Jordan Love, but
Jordan Love also had 3 years behind Aaron Rodgers, and Trevor Lawrence got thrown into a dumpster. Trevor Lawrence got thrown into a dumpster fire. That was the Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's fine. That doesn't
Urban Meyer.
matter. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. When Trevor Lawrence is in year 3 now, right now, y'all.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. No, not for today. No, that does not matter.
A dysfunctional organization and a terrible coach. A season that was like
he is 2 years removed from
that.
He is 2 years removed from that.
But that's
bro.
what I'm saying. Are we really taking that season into a full account? Like, wow, he didn't ball out.
I'm not talking about that
terrible.
season. I'm not talking. He has 1 good season and 1
2 years, 1 good season.
Exactly.
I'm not.
That's a 50% hit rate. If Jordan Love is a bad year next year, then it's a 50% hit rate.
Make your pick. Make your pick. Because you kind of get on me for shooting Joe Love with doing all this like it's a hard decision. So I need you to make a pick.
Yeah, I think it is a hard decision. But you're
okay
like,
then.
For a guy that you thought was an MVP candidate, now you're hating on him. So let's chill out.
I'm not hating on him.
Don't let him disrespect you or take you off your path, bro.
No,
you know the
at
right
the end of the day, everything he says about Trevor Lawrence, he should have said at the start of the year because this was a Super Bowl team. He thought the team was going to win, and now
you can change your opinion on someone based on evidence, bro. I don't know what we're doing. Right now.
That's fine, but it takes a lot for you to admit that you were wrong in this situation because I don't think you've done it yet. You're just like,
didn't you say Trevor Lawrence is one of your favorite quarterbacks? I'm talking to Latif here.
So you said Tua was your favorite quarterback, but you'd be honest about him, right? Okay, then. Thank you.
No, but it's like you have a pattern.
I'm not shitting on him.
When people fall off you in your eyes, you just kick them to the curb.
How do you fall off?
Because you were talking about how Trevor Lawrence is so generational, and now you're putting Jordan Love over it.
He was a generational prospect, yes, for sure. He was a generational prospect for sure.
So like we've seen, Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook. I don't even know if you're a big
Rose.
Rose
Stop talking about irrelevant stuff. Stop talking about irrelevant stuff. Make a pick. Make a pick. Y'all wasting time. Make a pick. Make your pick. Make your pick.
I already made my pick. Once you're a fan of somebody,
you didn't say it. You didn't say it.
Yes, I did. I've said Trevor Lawrence 30 times. I've said Trevor Lawrence literally 30 times.
Did you hear that, Max? Because
Max knows.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. We have to get this.
I've said
Give me.
Shut up. Let him say it. Let Jason say his real quick.
Trevor Lawrence, you're not gonna make me stop talking. I don't know what you think this is. You're not gonna act like every time you're a fan of somebody, and then they show a little bit of fall off that you just start hating, and then just like it's weird, honestly.
I'm not kicking to the curb.
Okay. Again, let's not hate on Trevor Lawrence. It is close. I'm gonna go with Trevor Lawrence. It's close. It is close.
That's the right answer.
I guess.
You said Jordan Love, right? You said it.
I did.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of the next quarterbacks up, and I'm like, trust me, Jordan Love has far exceeded any expectations. He's had a great year this year. I'm not trying to take that away from him.
All right.
But T-Law had a good year last year.
Would you rather Jordan Love or Tua?
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love, easily.
Yeah, I'm taking Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
All right. Jordan Love. Would you rather Jordan Love or Dak Prescott? What's going on?
Because he about to say something that doesn't make sense. But go ahead.
That's what I'm like. I'm not saying anything yet. I'm still thinking because I'm trying to rank my quarterbacks out of this.
It's Jordan Love.
T-Law. I'm like thinking about those 3 quarterbacks: T-Law, Tua, and Dak, because they are all close in my rankings.
Why is it Jordan Love?
They honestly, Dak Prescott's stats are better in the regular season for sure. But like I said, he was working with more than what Jordan Love had. Jordan Love's season really moved me because he was doing a lot with less. He was, and then he came into a playoff game and dominated against the Cowboys and played a great game. I don't know, like it's pretty simple.
I don't know. It's kind of hard, it's kind of hard to match things up because
Dak is better than Trevor Lawrence, by the way. I just want to let you know that Dak is better than Trevor Lawrence. So I don't know what we're doing. So if you had to take Dak.
I would rather have T-Law than Dak. That's why
I'm
based on what? Did you watch his football season? Dak had an amazing year. What are we talking about?
I'm just confused on what you're basing it off of because this is 1 year.
Trevor Lawrence was basically like mediocre last year in the playoffs. He had 4 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. I don't know what we're doing.
He had a terrible half, and then like what happened?
He had a terrible half and a great half. Balance it out to be a mid.
We have a podcast, by the way. We have a podcast. I know we had a podcast a little bit last year. Our top 7 quarterbacks, and Trevor Lawrence was agreed upon by all of us in the top 7 quarterbacks. Yeah. All of us means you two as well, Latif. I will go back and find that.
Trevor Lawrence was 8 for me, I think.
8. And Dak was definitely Dak was definitely not top 7, was he?
No, he was 10. But
Okay, cool.
we had a whole season.
We had a
whole season. We had 17 games.
Has Dak always been the same player? Has Dak always been a great regular season performer and then a bad playoff performer? Thank you. So did the season change you at all? Did this season change you at all?
No. Dak hasn't always been a bad playoff performer. No, it's not.
Dak has been the same player for me. Great.
He's always been a bad playoff performer.
The Cowboys are good. Falls off.
He literally has good playoff games. And that doesn't make sense because Dak is better. Is better.
I don't like that. I don't like that. But I'm gonna choose Jordan Love. I honestly don't like Dak. But I'm just confused on where we're going off with this criteria. Honestly, it's been 1 year.
Can you reset your name? I was talking while you said it, Max. Can you reset your pick?
Jordan Love.
Anyways, because even if something is 1 year, it matters about what you do in that 1 year. It matters about he threw 18 touchdowns and 1 interception and didn't have a turnover for a whole month of the season. It matters that he went into Dallas on the road and beat one of the top defenses in the NFL.
I think you always stress like we don't move players up and down off of like one individual season. Like we have to see
yes, body of work is important when you get into that top 5. I'm not gonna put over Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. Those guys are proven. Dak has been doing it for years. But the man literally, like I said, like he hasn't been good in the last 3 years in the playoffs. He has.
Like if
Trevor Lawrence has 1 good year, and his I think that Jordan Love's 1 year was better than Trevor Lawrence. It literally was.
Cool. That's great. It's your opinion. Awesome.
It's a lot of hypocrisy.
Yeah.
What about that? What are you talking about?
I just don't. It's just agenda fitting, in my opinion. But I'm not.
What hypocrisy? I don't have a Jordan Love agenda. What hypocrisy? What did I show right there? Explain to me, because you're just using words right now. What hypocrisy?
I'm not using words right now. You use certain things to make your argument.
What hypocrisy?
So in certain situations, you only use a body of work, but in other situations, you don't. Like that's
bro. When you have these top 5 quarterbacks, they've been doing this for elite seasons every year. Dak Prescott just had a down season last year. He just had a terrible season last year. Did we not see that? He had a terrible season, and then he was not good in the playoffs. Like, what are we talking about? Dak Prescott hovers around the 8 to 12 range every single year. But if you watch these quarterbacks, C.J. Stroud or Jordan Love, come in and do it with less, win a playoff game, that has to move you. I don't know what we're doing right now. So that's like saying C.J. Stroud should be over Dak Prescott.
Not in moves.
So C.J. Stroud should be over.
I'm just confused over your criteria.
Is C.J. Stroud better than Dak Prescott? Is C.J. Stroud better than Dak Prescott?
Who would I rather have? Is that the question you're asking me?
I'm
asking is C.J. Stroud better than Dak Prescott?
Yes.
Yes, he is, right? But he doesn't have the body work, right? Does he? No, he has 1 year.
I'm talking about 1 year. I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about.
Okay, I'm about to ask you. I'm about to ask a question. So why is C.J. Stroud not better than Justin Herbert?
I'm confused on why you're just the criteria that you're using.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you're understanding.
I personally don't get what you're talking about either, Latif. I'm lost.
Bro, it is a mix of what you did this season, but if you have a body of work of elite play, and then situation matters too, and attributes matter too. It's not a hard criteria, bro. I'm not putting them over a Mahomes, a Burrow, a Lamar, a Justin Herbert, who have years and years of elite play, where they really don't have drop offs. Where this Dak Prescott hovers around the 8 to 12 range, or you have down seasons like we saw down season last year.
No,
Kirk
Max,
has down years.
Basically, he's yapping.
So my question again, I
What are you
think
talking about?
maybe it's everything in my head. I'll go back to the Super Bowl episode, but I believe we had Justin. I believe we had Jalen Hurts in top 5 conversations.
No. We had.
I did not. I never said that. I never said that in my mouth.
We had Jalen Hurts 6 or 7. We didn't
I
have
think we did.
And then
We
it's
did not.
simple. It's not. We did not. Stop lying, bro. First of all,
We did not.
it's
We did
really
not.
simple. It's really simple.
This was last year whenever you said
It's really simple. It's really simple. Jordan Love and CJ Stroud are guys that look like they can be the reason why you win Super Bowls. Is it not apparent?
They look next
I agree.
up.
Those guys.
I agree.
Dak Prescott is a guy that you clearly cannot win a Super Bowl with. Kirk Cousins he's like
We're
teetering,
talking
bro.
about.
He's like-
We're in
and I
the
think-
now. We're in the
I
now
think-
right now. We're in the now. We're not talking about in the future. We're talking about in the now.
And those top 5 guys, those guys you win a Super Bowl because of. That's why I'm putting these guys below them, but above players like Tua, Dak, Trevor Lawrence. We don't know yet that you can win a championship because of Trevor Lawrence. He has not shown it on a consistent basis. He just hasn't. His first year. Go ahead.
I think if I'm gonna I have more confidence that he has the potential to than Dak or Tua. That's my thinking.
You talking about who?
Trevor Lawrence. That's why I have him over both of them. I think his ceiling is higher than both of them. I think what we see from Dak,
He's younger.
that's
Sure,
Dak.
he's
What we see
younger.
from
He's
Tua,
younger.
that's Tua.
He's younger. That's a younger thing. But is that the last name, bro?
Huh? No,
Yeah,
more, I think.
No.
There's only 4?
Yeah, Tua and Dak. I'm
All
trying to see. No, Jared Goff. Would you rather Jordan Love or Jared Goff?
Jordan Love.
I'll take Jordan Love.
Jordan Love. All right, let's hop into the next topic. Bills went over the Steelers 31-17. Honestly, yeah, I didn't think it would be as close as it was. I think they blocked the field goal. I knew that was kind of gonna turn the tide a little bit, but ultimately I had the Bills over the Steelers the whole game. Yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on the game? How it went, how it played out?
I think it shows their holes for next week. The Steelers kept that way closer than they should have. Especially after that Mason Rudolph red zone touchdown. The Bills should have shut that down, never looked back. And they let the Steelers come back in. You can't let a team like the Chiefs come back in. So they can't have those same mistakes against KC.
This game wasn't surprising for me at all, but I want to talk about this one point I've been seeing over Twitter. I've been seeing people suggest that Mike Tomlin should be fired or he's the reason for this. Like, you can't blame Mike Tomlin for this at all. He drugged the Steelers here again. Like, of course, he's never had a losing season, but this year specifically, I think what he did was great. Down quarterback. Twitter, bro. It was all over Twitter. Like, when the game was a blowout at the beginning, I think it was like 21-0. They were saying they were bringing up how the Steelers haven't allowed less than 40 points in the playoff games since 2016. A lot of people were tweeting about that they should mutually part ways. It's been all of social media, and Mike Tomlin being fired was a headline for his entire season. But I think the Steelers letting go of Mike Tomlin would be a huge mistake. If he gets fired or they mutually part ways, he would get a job the same day. He's that great of a head coach. Like, your floor with Mike Tomlin is a playoff team at least, a winning team at least. Obviously, over the last 2 seasons, they haven't went deep in the playoffs, and that's cause for concern. But I think if he doesn't change his mindset, then yeah. But they need to either be bad for a year or they need to bring in some high-level offensive talent because he's not great scheme-wise or nothing like that. But this season was not Mike Tomlin's fault at all. This playoff game wasn't Mike Tomlin's fault at all. I think it'd be very, very dumb for them to move off of him because they're not going to find a replacement better. I don't believe so. So I just wanted to address that point. But this game wasn't surprising at all. The Bills, they were able to move the ball offensively. a lot. I mean, what do we expect? TJ Watt was out, so once TJ Watt went out, the Steelers' chances were over, like basically. So this game wasn't surprising for me.
I agree with Steve's point about Mike Tomlin. I think it's different than again the Tua and Dak situation, where it's like you can't get better, you can't get worse. You're like in this middle position. I don't think Mike Tomlin is in the middle position. Like by his floor being you make the playoffs, like that's a great floor to have if you're making the playoffs or having a winning record every year. Like Mike Tomlin has shown for, I don't know, 12, 15 years almost that he is a good, consistent coach. And I think if they fired him, many teams would be lucky to have him. The locker
I
room
think he's
always
more than
loves
good.
him. So I said the comment today. I think he's a top 3, top 5 of my lifetime.
I think Mike Tomlin's a great coach. Like
of me watching football, I think he's a top 3 or top 5 coach. Just with the consistency, like the longevity and consistency that he's done with the turnover at different positions, with the turnover in other coaches, you got to give him his flowers. Again, I don't think it's his fault. They fired Matt Canada way too late. You had Kenny Pickett go down. You play with different quarterbacks, and you still had Kenny Pickett the whole time. So I think there's a lot of glaring holes in this team on the offensive side, and you got to fix that. I don't think it's Mike Tomlin's fault at all, but I don't know. It's if they let go of him, some team's going to be lucky to get him.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin is such a football guy. I honestly thought it was stupid to even think about that. I heard the commentators talking about it, and I was genuinely confused because I honestly don't see that happening. But hopping into today's game, not today's game. Bucks versus the Eagles. Baker had a great showing. We kind of talked about it earlier in the episode. Or we probably talked about it a little bit off. Baker just had a great showing. Teef, I want to give him his flowers. Earlier in the year, he did predict that Baker was going to revive his career, and he has done that. And he balled out. Kind of want to get into Jalen Hurts. I don't know if you guys remember, but last year, it was kind of like a viral clip of Shady McCoy talking about Jalen Hurts and Fields, and just a lot of stuff from last year about Fields and Hurts. And honestly, I see it. I do see it. They are very, very similar. Problems reading the field, stuff like that. I see it. I think Jalen Hurts, we put Jalen Hurts into a lot of conversations that we shouldn't have. I'm kind of disappointed in the Eagles this season. I think they started off 10-1. In those 10 games, we saw a lot of glaring holes. We saw that this wasn't the same team from that Super Bowl run. Jalen Hurts is not that guy. Honestly, he's not top 7. Steve, who did you put over Jalen Hurts the other day? Kirk Cousins?
It was Kirk Cousins. I was kind of trolling, but hey.
Like I in the Discord, I said it was stupid. It didn't make any sense. It was a lot of people riding you too. But he's definitely not top. He's definitely not top 7. Top 10. After today's showing, I feel like it's somebody that you can put over him. He's not a top 10 quarterback. Jalen Hurts actually stinks. I'm kind of off that train. I'm cool on him. I'm very cool on him. He stinks, honestly.
Stinks is strong. But yeah, Jalen Hurts is definitely put in so many conversations that he shouldn't belong in. I saw people saying he was better than Lamar. I saw a top 2, top 3 quarterback in the NFL. This based off one season where he had a weak schedule, a great OC, a great defense, a great offensive line. These other quarterbacks that you'll see I'm placing in these conversations after 1 year, they don't have those things and they elevate. Jalen Hurts did not elevate any situation that he was in last year. He was a product of it. And I'm not saying he's a terrible QB anything, but he definitely still has flaws. He improved as a passer, but his reading the field is not good at all. His decision making is not that great at all. His pocket presence, you put pressure on Jalen Hurts, he folds. His pocket presence is not great at all. We saw that tonight against the Bucs. Once they sent pressure on him, he was god awful. So you take Jalen's first read away, and he turns into Tua. Like it's that bad, bro. So I think people need to stop, putting these people in these conversations after 1 year. It's different between Jalen Hurts and Trevor Lawrence.
You're one of them. Don't think people. We were all saying.
Bro, why are you lying?
We were literally all.
I don't think he's lying.
I had him top 7. Top 7, yeah, probably top 7, yes. Top 7,
Okay,
yes.
that's fine. Because I just found a tweet.
I'm talking about.
I don't be on.
I'm talking about top 2,
I'm not on.
top 2, top 3, top. I never said that.
That's fine.
People were
I was
going
saying,
to
I think
that.
this was consensus, and Jay, I'm not calling you out, but like I'm not on Twitter often, so the things I like are like from way back when I used to use Twitter, and it just says no. You said key takeaways from the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts the top 6 quarterback, which is fine. I think we all had him as top 7, so that's fine. Like I was just saying, I thought for some reason I thought you said like 3, and that's why I kind of went back
That's
to go look
different.
at it.
That's different. That's different. That's
But I'm
different
saying,
than
I
putting
think
him,
it was,
in
I
top
think it
3
was
and top-
consensus that people were throwing him over there, right? Their team was very, very good last year, and it was not as good this year. You could blame coaching, you could blame players, whatever, but like their team was not as good as it was last year. So I think Jalen Hurts a little better by that. But yeah, I did not think it was. I thought there was a definite chance they could lose, but not this bad. I didn't think they were going to get blown out like that.
Yeah, I want to talk about Baker Mayfield. Not only has Baker revitalized his career, I think he's earned himself at least 3-year contract. You give him 2 years guarantee and then a year where you can get out in the contract. I think you can win with Baker, but I do think he's like a bridge QB type of player. Like you want to draft somebody, have him sit a year or 2, and then learn behind Baker. I think Baker can teach a quarterback a lot about what it means to be in this league, to be a professional, what it means to overcome, persevere, how to not get a big ego and stuff like that. But Baker has been amazing this year. I say he's going to win. I say he's going to revitalize his career this season. I think he should win comeback player of the year. He's been amazing. So I cooked on that. And I think, Baker has.
To be honest, I don't know if Baker wants a rookie quarterback. Like from his position a couple years ago, Baker is like people have moved off him so easy. I think Baker's got to feel uneasy if they draft a rookie quarterback. I get it. It's the whole thing. Like
why would he feel uneasy?
Because that's all he's ever been. He played decently well in Cleveland, and they still got a rookie quarterback, got his ass out.
I do want to speak about Cleveland a little bit. Cleveland, y'all moved off Baker, and now y'all moved off Baker, and now he got another playoff win with another team. I think it's karma, man. Y'all moved off him so fast, and now Baker has the playoff win. The Texans have a playoff win. And y'all sitting there looking stupid. So that's karma. But no, why would he? He got to realize he not the future of the franchise. Geno Smith got a 2+1. So I think that's exactly what this is similar situations. You give him 2 years guaranteed, maybe throw in like a little signing bonus on his first year, and then in your second and third year, you should be able to get off him because Baker Mayfield is not a franchise quarterback.
There could be a team who overpays for him, though. There could definitely be a team who overpays for him,
and that would be dumb. I love Baker, but he's not a franchise quarterback. I still
think if the Falcons don't get Justin Fields, Baker Mayfield could go to Atlanta.
Why would they not draft Jaden Daniels so they can?
Who's gonna be a better day one player?
You don't know.
Do you want to bet on it? Who's gonna have a better year next year?
Jaden Daniels could be better than Baker Mayfield, maybe.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Get both.
Seeing Jason Kelsey on the sidelines just crying, bawling his eyes out, man.
I didn't.
Oh yeah, that was sad. We obviously got to talk about us with the Eagles. Like Nick Sirianni shouldn't have his. Damn, Max. Nick Sirianni definitely shouldn't have his job
this entire time.
I'm just saying. Nick Sirianni.
You've interrupted me a couple times. I've stayed quiet. Not said anything. No. There's nothing for me to say right now because I've stayed quiet the entire time. You've honestly talked over me more than I've talked over you this episode. I've stayed perfectly silent, quiet. How's it work?
I'm giving
a haircut tomorrow. We already discussed this. I know I can bear it anyways. Look, make your head look good. Anyways, Max, you can go ahead and take stage.
I'm not going.
You don't have anything? Okay. Anyways, I
have something. I'm just not going to go yet.
Okay. I do think Nick Sirianni should definitely be fired, though, because he definitely didn't have them prepared at all. This entire season has been a train wreck, and we know Howie Roseman and the Eagles organization will move off you fast. They're not complacent at all. They fired Andy Reid. They fired Doug Peterson. They fired like Super Bowl winning head coaches before, and they move off quarterbacks really fast too. So Nick Sirianni's job is definitely out the window. I think they should target Mike Vrabel. That would be a very good head coaching hire. But this season, Nick Sirianni, his offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator hires were terrible. He can't call plays himself. The Eagles weren't disciplined at all, so he definitely has to go. I think all Eagles fans are going to be calling for his job, and rightfully so, because he's not that great of a head coach. We've seen head coaches get like pushed up to the top because of Super Bowl runs, but in hindsight, he's not that great of a head coach. So I think he should be fired.
This summer is the changing of the guard in Philadelphia. They can get Sirianni gone. They were just showing it before. Brandon Graham is in his 14th or 15th year. Fletcher Cox is old. Jason Kelsey's old. Lane Johnson's old. They have to take a deep dive into the history of the Philadelphia Eagles, the core pieces of the Philadelphia Eagles. And there's a good chance that a lot of the familiar faces that all the fans see could be gone. The whole idea with Mike Vrabel, like, that's the only thing where it's like, we keep talking about, can you upgrade? Like, can you get a better quarterback? Mike Vrabel is a better coach than some coaches who have their job right now. Mike Vrabel would be a good fit at a lot of different places. Mike Vrabel's a great coach. But, like, besides that, I don't know who they're really going for unless it's a new and up-and-coming guy. The Eagles should be a prime position. They just made the Super Bowl last year. They still have pieces to compete for the NFC East. I think a lot of coaches should want to go there. I just don't know what they're going to do. I think, I agree. I don't think it's the smartest thing to get rid of Sirianni, but I do think that I agree with saying Reed was gone too fast, Peterson was gone too fast. Like, the Eagles do want to get that out of there, partially because the fans don't want to be complacent and stay and be mid or whatever. They want change, they want turnover, they want new stuff. So,
all right. Last topic. It's so big. We got the divisional round predictions. You guys know how this goes. I'm gonna say a team, and I'm gonna say the game, and you just give me a team. So first we got Chiefs versus Bills.
Kansas City owns Buffalo in the playoffs. KC.
I'm not gonna lie. This is one of the ones I'm scared of. I can't lie. This is in Buffalo, and this is the first time it's been in Buffalo ever. The playoff games between the Chiefs and the Bills are always close. But I'm a Patrick Mahomes guy. I gotta go with the Bills. I gotta go with the Chiefs. So I got the Chiefs.
Sorry. Your team alliance has just got so crossed. I gotta go with the Bills, the Packers, and then the Chiefs.
Anyways, I'm taking the Chiefs in a close game though.
I'm taking the Bills. This Chiefs team is actually very beatable in past years. The Texans versus Ravens.
Go, Max.
Baltimore.
Yeah, I'll take the Ravens too. C.A. Stroud, hey, you can't count him out. At this point, you can't count him out. You can't count him out. But the Ravens defense is so good, and I don't think the Texans defense is gonna be good enough to stop the Ravens offense. They've been one of the most sound teams. They're coming off a bye too. They got Mark Andrews back, and it's in Baltimore. Yeah, the Ravens are gonna win this one.
Yeah,
don't be biased. Don't be biased.
I'm going with the Ravens. C.J. Stroud. It is here most likely, but it was a great rookie run. But it most likely is here.
If they win this game, they might win the Super Bowl. If they win this game, and C.J. Stroud dots up arguably 2 top 3 defenses, I'm not worried about majority of the teams.
All right, Lions versus Bucs. I'm gonna go Lions.
Detroit.
I'm gonna go Lions too.
Sorry.
I'm gonna go Lions. I think it's gonna be a shootout game though. Neither one of these defense. Well, actually, the Bucs defense can play well. They can play very well. This is gonna be a toss-up. I'm not gonna lie.
I really don't want to be hating because I would love to see the Bucs win. I would love to see Baker Mayfield run the table, go to the NFC Championship. I think that'd be, for so many different storylines, I think that'd be great. If the Bucs could go to the NFC Championship, I think that'd be amazing. But I do think Detroit has a better team right now.
All right. 49ers versus Packers.
Packers are winning this. I'm not Packers. I lied. 49ers are winning this. My bad. 49ers are going to win this. They're too dominant of a team. Their secondary can be thrown on, but I think they're going to get pressure on Jordan Love. make him make some mistakes, and then hopefully the opinion doesn't change on Jordan Love after this game because I think he might have a bad game. I think they're going to be able to create turnovers like that. We got to see how their 49ers run defense is, but let's not just be reactionary and change our opinion on Jordan Love because he lost to the 49ers in the playoffs. But he probably is going to lose.
It's Packers QB tradition.
Max, did you give your team?
No, I'll go with San Fran.
Well, it's not be reactionary, but your whole takes and everything that you say is very reactionary. But that wraps up the 68th episode of the Next Man Up podcast. This was our wild card reactions. I think we're going to be coming at y'all very soon. We're back in college, so it's going to be a lot more structured. Schedules are going to, get a little bit tighter since, like I said, it's a lot more structured. Latif, if you could actually, show a little bit of interest in this outro, that would be, very great. If you haven't followed us, you see the socials at the top. It's free. Might as well do it. I think we got a video approaching. Latif and Max did a mock draft. I think that video is approaching 1,000 views. You guys
Doing pretty good. Yeah.
Y'all can get it to 1,000. They'll be bringing you another one coming shortly, I think. But yeah, appreciate y'all watching us. Appreciate all the support, and we're out.